Hi everybody, it's Linda Lundstrom, and I just made a trip into Toronto to pick up some supplies for Thermacota, and I have to tell you, I'm so glad to be home, and I know that there's all kinds of fear and everything around this whole COVID-19 epidemic, pandemic, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a diversion. While you're stuck at home, I want you to realize that it's really great to be home and just enjoy it. And one of the things that I thought I could share with you is something that I've been doing for a long time, and I didn't really think that much of it, but people are often complimenting me on my salads. And my salads are really, nothing special, but I think the key is a freshly made classic vinaigrette dressing. And I wanted to share my recipe, it's all in my head, it's just kind of rough, but to share my recipe for a great salad dressing. So while you're making more meals at home, you can try this out. Oh, hang on a minute, I forgot, oh yeah. Forgot my garlic. Okay, so first thing I do when I'm making a salad is I take in this case, romaine, cut the end off of it, and I'm going to put it in a nice big container of fresh water. I do this at least half an hour or so before I'm ready to actually assemble the salad. And what happens is that the water gets drawn a bit into the leaves and makes the leaves really nice and crisp. And there's nothing worse than having a salad with wilted leaves. Take off the outside leaves. Actually, there's one I forgot to take off. Take out the outside leaves so that you're really left with only the best part of the head of romaine. Put them in your composting section of your waste. Yeah. Oh, let's be really selective here. Okay. And then just set that aside and let that crisp. You're going to see that after a while it's going to look really great. Okay. Garlic. Now, classic vinaigrette doesn't always call for garlic, but if you like garlic, as we do, then I would say for a cup of dressing that's about this big, one big clove of garlic is enough. Now here's my other little thing that I do. I don't throw anything away. So all of the peels from the garlic, I have a pot here, which is my stock pot, and all the skin from the garlic, all of the skin from my onions, if I'm peeling an onion, all the peels from my, in this case, sweet potatoes, and stems of mushrooms, whatever it is I'm doing goes in here, and I save it up, and then about once every 2 or 3 days I make a pot of soup stock that's from the leaves and the cuttings and the skins and everything of all the vegetables I've been doing. So that's something that makes a really nice substitute for instead of just water in your soup. You can use a vegetable soup stock. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting more for my bang for my buck when I do that. Our whole philosophy in life and in our business is waste not, want not. Okay, so I'm not sure how juicy these lemons are. So I took 2 out of the fridge. The vinaigrette consists of, the 2 main ingredients are something sour and your oil. And actually this is one of the ingredients too, which is a Dijon mustard. I washed both of these lemons with dish detergent, okay? Because I didn't want to squeeze the lemon and who knows what's on the skin of that lemon. So it's all nice and clean. And for those of you who don't have one of these, they're in culinary shops, and you can probably buy them online. It's a lemon squeezer, and we were on vacation, and I down south, and I saw them using this, and I just thought it was such a good idea. So you put the lemon in with the cut side down, which sounds weird because it looks like it should be this way, but it's not. It's this way. And then you go like this, and it actually turns. I'll get the camera down here. It actually turns the lemon peel inside out. Throw that in my compost. Going to do the other half. Now, some of you may be tempted to say, okay, geez, I'm going to just make a great big batch of this vinaigrette. Don't do it. It's better if it's fresh. It's better if it's done fresh, okay? So, no, I need to use the second lemon. These lemons are big and beautiful, but they're not that juicy. So I'm going to do the juice of 2 lemons. Now, if you want, you could use a balsamic vinegar or a white or red wine vinegar. But here's the proportion. About 1/3 of your liquid is your lemon vinegar or other sour acidic things, and 2/3 is going to be oil. So you can see that's how much lemon juice I have in there. Now, the order is important. The order in which we do this is important. I love it when I'm getting to the bottom of my mustard jar because I'm going to make my next batch right in the jar. I'm going to put a nice big dollop of Dijon mustard in here. And it's very important that you stir that around and mix it with the lemon juice. I know you probably think I should be using, like pepper that comes out of a grinder, but I can't find it right now, so I always have this ground black pepper on hand. I'm going to put a bunch of ground black pepper, some sea salt, and I would say about 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Mix that all together. Then we want to take our clove of garlic, and there's 2 ways to do the clove of garlic. If you have a garlic press, you can do it that way. If not, then you can take a bit of your, instead of putting your salt in here, take the salt, put it on your cutting board. Move this back a little bit. Put it on your cutting board and put the garlic clove, the peeled garlic clove, in the salt. You can cut it up a bit and then crush it with a knife. Or if you have a mortar and pestle, you can do that as well. So the salt actually keeps the garlic from moving off the cutting board. And then you just keep pummeling it like that. But I'm going to use my garlic press, which happened to my garlic. Oh, here it is. Which is a very good garlic press because this part here comes out. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I'm going to put my garlic clove in there, and this is all done before we put in the oil. Okay, so now we have a nice mixture of our seasoning, salt, pepper, Dijon mustard, and juice of 2 lemons. And I'm going to now take my olive oil, and this is how you get it to have a really nice consistency. You dribble the olive oil in and stir constantly as you're doing that. Be patient, because you want the oil to be absorbed into your lemon mustard mixture. Now you could add some, this is the basic recipe. You can make variations of this really easily. If you're serving a spring salad with fresh strawberries on it, for example. You can add a little bit of honey or maple syrup to this to give it a little bit of a sweetness. You can add herbs, basil, oregano, tarragon. Tarragon makes a really beautiful addition to a salad dressing. I'm almost up at the top now. Now, this is probably enough dressing for 2 or 3 nice big salads, because I think one of the things that people have said they like about my salads is that they're not soggy. I don't put too much dressing on them. You don't want to drown your lettuce in dressing. Now I'm just going to taste it. Ah. Yeah, there it is. Sorry for the camera work, but there it is. There's my vinaigrette salad dressing. And as I said, you can do variations on it. You can have more or less salt. You can put sugar in it, maple syrup, all kinds of things. But it's a classic vinaigrette this way without the garlic. So I hope you'll use this recipe to make wonderful salads while we're socially isolating ourselves. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Be safe. Bye.